Warning. Proceeding without caution will bring you into spoiler territory for the media displayed on screen. Timestamps are gifted in the description and comment section. Viewer discretion is advised.
So the last time I did a trailer breakdown was for The Batman, because I was so hyped for the movie at the time, and getting just a taste of it was enough of a hit for me that I ended up analyzing every scene in it and giving my thoughts. Since then, I haven't done any other one because I've just never really felt like it. There hasn't been any trailer since then that's made me so excited that I feel the need to go over it in detail and give my thoughts on the teases and what might happen. Until now. The Fallout Season 2 trailer just dropped the day that I'm writing this, and I am so excited for it. I'm a fan of the game series, and while I wasn't all that hyped for a TV show, when I eventually watched Season 1, I was sold. And then the season ended with Hank McClane heading to New Vegas, and I've been on the hype train for Season 2 since. New Vegas is not only my favorite game in the franchise, it's one of my favorite games of all time. I even have a tattoo of Muggy to symbolize my love for the game because he's my favorite character from it. And the more I've heard about this season, the more excited I've gotten. From the behind-the-scenes photo leaks that showed how practical the team was getting for building a live-action New Vegas, to the official poster release and a couple screen grabs, and this trailer only heightens my excitement tenfold. From the beninging, we got Lucy, the ghoul, and Dogmeat traveling in a desert, showing us that they're on the way to New Vegas and after Hank. This is backed up with a dialogue exchange where Lucy asks why Hank would even go to New Vegas to begin with. It makes sense that Lucy would have no idea about the importance of Vegas, and specifically one man that the ghoul alludes to.
You want to know why the world ended? It started here with one man.
I'm sure there's going to be a connection between Hank and Mr. House, maybe something to do with the bombs dropping in the first place, but I'm very interested to find out what that connection is. I'm also interested in who this mysterious person that Cooper and Lucy are talking to, who asks if the person that they're looking for is someone they care about or hate. A funny question to ask the two of them, since Lucy cares about her father while Cooper hates him and is looking for him for the sole purpose of finding his family. But also, Cooper's right in that being a great question and handing it off to Lucy, because Lucy now knows that her father was responsible for the death of her mother. So while she would obviously care about her dad, I could also see her holding some hatred towards him. Also, this little cavern the two are in here looks so familiar, I feel like I could find this exact spot in the game. After this is the needle drop of ink spots It's All Over But the Crying, which was used in the Fallout 4 trailer and found on the Diamond City radio. I get why they would go for an ink spot song, but it makes me feel like they could have used something a tad more appropriate with the setting. Like, I understand not using a Blue Moon, Big Iron, or I Got Spurs, but It's a Sin to Tell a Lie at the very least could have worked for an ink spots placement. Or the editing guys could have been complete trolly assholes and used Johnny Guitar. But I guess I get using it to backtrack showings of a pre-apocalypse Vegas. Speaking of which, holy shit, Vegas has never looked so good. Seeing a live-action version of the Tops Casino and Gomorrah signs are so cool, and they're so clean looking as well, and of course, the Lucky 38 shines above all else. Looking at just these two moments already makes me want a behind-the-scenes making, because I want to see all the practical effects that went into this and how they managed to replicate New Vegas so perfectly. And replicating things perfectly goes towards the inside of the Lucky 38 as well, where we get to meet the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. House. What with him being in person and Cooper not being a ghoul, this obviously takes place in a pre-war flashback, so it's nice that we're going to get even more of those throughout Season 2, and I can't wait to see how they build this relationship between the two characters. It also looks like they might have recast Mr. House this season, which is interesting. I vaguely remember hearing complaints about the Mr. House we saw in Season 1, though I didn't mind him. Was he as charmingly charismatic as Rene Auberjonois? No, but I don't think he was bad in the, one or two scenes that we saw him. With that being said, I do like the look of this new actor here. The writing of his monologue is pretty accurate to the character, and I think the actor delivers it pretty well. It's a good taste of what's to come, and I look forward to seeing how the rest of him is handled throughout the season. We get an overhead shot of the Pridwin showing that the Brotherhood is making a return, which makes sense in the context of the show. Season 1 did pretty well at just telling a standalone story inside this universe, rather than trying to adapt a specific game, so I don't really expect to see the hidden bunker of pansies that are the Mojave faction of the Brotherhood, or even Veronica, though it would be a nice little nod. A faction we do, however, get immediately afterwards is the Legion. Oh boy. Seeing how Lucy handles the Legion is going to be so interesting. I can already hear the sexist comments made by the glorified furries and Roman cosplayers. I honestly don't expect Caesar to make an appearance, Perhaps instead this will just be like a post-Caesar legion that could be trying to continue on the legacy. Maybe under the lead of Lucius or another member, unless this man in the middle is supposed to be Caesar, but I doubt it. It is super interesting that they would involve the legion in this season. I am so intrigued on what role they'll end up playing. I hope we do get to hear at least one mention of the Burned Man. And then immediately after that, we get the ghoul shooting someone, but fuck that. Look in the background. It's the dinosaur! And someone's in the head! As much as I would love this to be Boone or Mandy, I don't think either would show up in the season, and in reality, this is most likely Lucy, given a later shot of her in the dinosaur head watching the ghoul blow someone up in a pool. Which, this place is interesting. The apartments look like the same as in Novak, but I don't recall there ever being a pool, and the dinosaur faces away from the Novak apartments anyway, so I really do wonder what this could be. I'm guessing it's just going to literally be Novak and they put the dinosaur in a different direction, or it's an extension to Novak. Could maybe be like a Fiend's base, but I don't think so. Oh, and before I continue to stray away from this, earlier we got this shot showing Victor. Oh my god, Victor's gonna be in this. I'll settle for one cowboy robot, but obviously I hope we get to see Prim Slim. Like a lot of things, I'll even just take a mention of him. Hell, one of the things that made me the most excited in Season 1 was seeing someone on the council with the name Big MT. If there's a Muggy reference in Season 2, it's automatically peak television. I feel like this moment of Cooper in the Lucky 38 is going to have him drunk off of his ass. Perhaps that's how Mr. House ends up making him fall in line with whatever plan he's got. We get a shot of a Brotherhood soldier killing what seems to be a feral ghoul. I don't really have any ideas as to what building they're in is. Could be the Vault-Tec building we get a look at 2 shots later, or could maybe even be Helios 1, but that's just a stretch and probably not the case. I do notice the slash marks on the armor, which means they might have ran into a Deathclaw at some point. Speaking of the Vault-Tec building, what the fuck is this? I'm guessing this might be where Hank is heading to and why he went to Vegas in the first place, or this shot could be during a flashback scene, but I don't think that's the case with the guy in power armor that I think is probably Hank. It's hard to make out what's in this shot with how dark it is. There's a part that kind of looks like a giant circle, which makes me think of the Gladiator Ring in the Legion's camp, but I'm not too confident in that guess. Right after that, though, is a shot of pre-war Cooper in a set of what looks to be T-51 power armor staring at something burning. I wonder what could be burning, or what's put Cooper in a set of power armor to begin with. Perhaps yet another commercial. That would be a wild reason. The weird doctor character returns in this season. I look forward to seeing what he ends up doing. And then going back into exciting moments for me, the ghoul falling out of a window, and if you look to his right, there's a sign for the one and only Wrangler. Fisto cameo, please. Fisto cameo, please. The shot right after that is interesting, with 4 Pridwin in one scene and 1 role-playing as the Hindenburg. Not sure how I feel about the concept of there being more than 1 Pridwin. Maybe that's the case in the game lore, and I'm just unaware of it. But then again, anything Brotherhood of Steel related is something I'm not that protective of. I hate the faction in all 3 games I've seen them in, and the one in New Vegas is easily the worst in my opinion. And I have to specifically mention that I've seen them in, because I have not gotten that far into Fallout 1 or 2. I don't even know if they appear in 2. And I have definitely never fucking played Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. We get a quick shot of rad roaches in a corporate building full of people wearing Vault 31 suits. I'm thinking this is the inside of that Vault-Tec building we saw earlier. I wonder who the ghoul exploded outside of Gomorrah. Speaking of Gomorrah, if there's a shootout in that casino and members of that faction die, you might be able to hear the cheering of one Irish Metal Gear Solid fan. A Securitron shooting at a Brotherhood of Steel member is dope as fuck. Unfortunately, I can't see any detail in the face to make out if that's Victor or just some random Securitron, or if it's one with the Mark 1 or Mark 2 upgrade. I'm guessing it's a random Securitron, but that's because I'd like to hope that the show's going to give us more than just Victor. Whether it's a Mark 1 or Mark 2, I'm not sure. I wonder what's going to be the cause of this party going on in this vault. This shot of a rad scorpion is so fucking cool. It looks so realistic, it's insane. The season's gotta have a Cazador. There's no way you're going to Nevada and not gonna have someone run into a Cazador and immediately get poisoned and die. The following shot has Lucy shooting what looks like a ghoul in King's clothing. It would be so sad if the Kings ended up getting wiped out and all that's left is just a few feral ghouls, but I guess I wouldn't be surprised given how unequipped for the apocalypse that they are. Ooh, that does make me wonder, are we gonna get, like, anything followers of the apocalypse related? Ooh. This close-up shot on Lucy shooting a gun is one of the more interesting things to me. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I don't recall Lucy ever actually shooting a lethal weapon in the first season. I remember it just being the syringer for the entire show, but maybe she did actually start using a proper weapon at some point. If she didn't, then this is a cool way of showing that Lucy has finally broken out of her Vault Girl form and adapted to the wasteland, realizing that she has to use lethal weaponry if she wants to survive out here. Any gun nerds want to tell me what kind of bullet this is? And then, of course, the trailer ends with the tease of what we've all been waiting for, the Deathclaw. And my god, is it marvelous. They don't even show you much of it, just a claw and an extreme close-up on its face, hearing the signature snarl, and I love it. 10 out of 10, that's all I need to see for now. I can't wait to see the full beauty when the show comes out. These things better be as terrifying as they are in New Vegas. But I mean, if you want to go for something even more terrifying, the joke is also well written here. It would be so easy to go for some cheesy, shitty Joss Whedon-esque dialogue, but we get the most Lucy McLean dialogue yet, and the ghoul giving her one simple answer. You can never outrun these things, though. And yeah, that's the trailer and my thoughts on it. I think it's a great teaser and makes me even more excited for the season. I love the look of everything in here and how real it feels, along with how accurate to the game they are as well. I can't wait to see how they will handle Mr. House, what relationships will be built, and what happens to our group throughout this. And in terms of what I really want to see in the show, I at least want one shot of the NCR Ranger armor. I don't care what context it is. It could be on a body of a dead guy or in the background or just lying on a floor. I just want to see that baby in live action, especially if stuff like the Lucky 38 or Victor look as accurate as they do. I feel like it has to be a given to hear at least one patrolling the Mojave makes you wish for a nuclear winter, or even a degenerates like you belong on a cross. I wouldn't be upset if they didn't include those, because I can see the writers not wanting to feel like they're putting in Leo moments for the audience, but I would love to hear it. I already stated I want to hear a mention of the Burn Man from a member of the Legion. If they play any needle drop from Radio Vegas, that would be dope as hell. Honestly, just any reference to New Vegas would get me. I just love that game so much, and I'm totally willing to become full-on Peter Griffin for anything related to it. I mean, hell, I'm already acting this way over a shot of a Wrangler logo or a giant dino. I just can't wait for December now. Anyways, that's all my thoughts on the trailer. What do you think of it? Was there anything you picked up on that I might have missed? What are you hoping to see in the new season? Let me know in the comments below. With all that said, have a good day.
And of course, everyone has their own opinion, but my opinion is the best opinion. I'm sure you figured that out already.
Could I have a subscriber, please?